ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। ॐ श्रीहनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्रीतुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्रीतुलसीदासाय नमः। हरि ओम। We will continue from where we had stopped yesterday. Raja Dasharatha was in such an amount of agony which cannot be described or expressed. He himself says, Jiyaimina barubari bihina. Yesterday we saw the fish may live for some time away from water. The serpent may live for some time with lot of agony and pain, but it may survive without the money, Nagamani. But I cannot survive. I am telling you from the purest of my heart, from the depth of my heart, I will not live without Rama. And I just can't think of an existence of myself without the sight of Rama. Therefore, please change your second boon. And she was so fiercely standing. It was like pouring ghee into the oblation of fire. So, how she responds to the Raja Dasharatha, we will see it depicts such a very cruel woman. What she was, heartless absolutely. See, we will continue from where we had stopped yesterday in the 33rd Chaupai. Kahi karahu kina koti upaya ihan lagi hirauri maya dehu kilehu ajasu karinahi मोहिन बहुत प्रपंच सोहाही राम साधु तुम साधु सयाने राम मातु भली सब पहिचाने जस कौशिला मोर बलता का तस फलु उनहि देवु करिसा का होत प्रातु मुनि बेश धरी जौन राम बन जाही मोर मरनु राउर जस नृप समुजिय मन माही. Kahi, she spoke, she said, Kina koti upaya karahu. You can try millions of your chaturyata, your devices, your plan, your scheming. Ihanalagi hiravuri maya. But all your strategy will not work with me. It will not avail anything from me. Dehu kilehu ajasu karinahi. Dehu, you have to give me that boon. Ki leho ajasu karinahi. Otherwise, you refuse. And by refusing, you will only earn bad reputation, bad name. Your glory will be thrown down. People will talk very ill of you. And that too, being in the Raghuvamsha. Mohina bahuta prapancha sohahi. I am not fond of all such deceptive tricks and things like that. I am not going to give room for all such things. Ramu sadhu tuma sadhu sayane Rama matu bhali sab pahichane. Rama is virtuous. And you, you are very more virtuous, too virtuous than Rama also. Rama matu bhali sab pahichane. And no less virtuous is Rama's mother Kausalya. Very, very teasingly she says, sarcastically she is saying these statements. And I know all of them. Sab pahichani. Jasa Kausila mora bhalita ka. Just as she tricked me and sought all that very wonderful way of life she played with me, tasaphalu nahi dev kari saka. I will repay her the same way in vengeance. She has played a trick on me by talking to you, mesmerizing you and making Rama to become the Yuvaraja. She has played with me. Now I will play with her. I will take revenge on her. See, this is one more very important point we have to think. Revenge is something which comes out of terrible ahankara. And when somebody is very hurt, meaning what? Hurt meaning their ahankara is hurt. When their ego gets a beating, then all the, revenge comes out. When there is no ego, there is nothing called revenge. Revenge is nothing but a byproduct of a very strong egoistic attitudes and egocentric desires. When she says, I will repay with a vengeance, which means what? Her ego has been hurt very much, and there is no love. Think. Where there is no love, then you cannot expect any kind of generosity, any kind of understanding. Yesterday, again and again I repeat, you will see only fault when you don't have love. Now see, she is finding fault with Rama, Raja Dasharatha and Kausalya. होत प्राथु मुनि बेश धरी जान राम बन जाही. Now she is giving an ultimatum to Raja Dasharatha. As soon as the day breaks tomorrow morning, O Raja, listen carefully. I will repeat again as though. As soon as the day breaks in the morning, assuming the garb of a mendicant, a hermit, a sage, a sannyasi, jau na Rama ban jai. In case Rama does not go to the forest tomorrow morning, mora maranu ravu rajasa, you will find me dead. I will kill myself and all the repute, or rather ill repute, all that will come to you only. Nrip samujhay manamahi. Be assured of this. If tomorrow morning, if Rama does not go to the forest, I will kill myself and all the ill repute will be yours. See how a woman's mind can work. अस कही कुटिल भई उठी ठाढ़ी मानहु रोष तरंगिनी बाढ़ी पाप पहार प्रगट बई सोई भरी क्रोध जल जाई न जोई दोबर कूल कठिन हठ धारा भवर कुबरी बचन प्रचारा ढाहत भूप रूप तरुमूला चली विपति बारिधि अनुकूला लखी नरेश बात फुरी सांची तियमि सिमी चुसीस पर नाची गही पद बिनय कीन्ह बैठारी जनि दिन कर कुल होसी कुठारी मागु माथ अबही देउ तोही राम बिरह जनि मारसी मोही राखु राम कहूँ जेहि तेहि भांति नाहि न जरिहि जन्म भरि छाति देखी व्याधि असाध नृपो परि उधर निधुनि माथ कहत परम आरत बचन राम राम रघुनाथ अस कही कुटिल भई उठी ठाटी ठाड़ी अस कही so saying कुटिल भई उठी ठाड़ी the wicked woman stood up with all anger furiously मानहु रोष तरंगिनी बाड़ी and she was as though a stream flowing swollen up, meaning what? It has grown up, it is in spate, they say. Like that stream, the kind of a river. And what is that river? Her passion and anger. Kaikeyi, as though she is swelling with passion and anger like the stream. Papa Pihara Pragata Bhai Soi. And now that particular stream of anger in Kaikeyi started flowing from the mountain of sin. Pragata Bhai Papa Pahara Pragata Bhai Soi. Pahara means mountain of Papa, sin. Papa Pahara Pragata Bhai Soi. It manifested and it started flowing from the mountain. Bhari Krodha Jala Jai Na Joi. And it is overflowing with the water of anger. And it was so terrible to look at. Do barakula kathina hatadhara. And the two boons, what she asked for, are like the banks of the river on both sides where the anger is flowing, is passing through. Bhavara kubari bachana prachara. This unstoppable adamance. It's another expression of, one is ego, second is anger, third is a sense of failure, disappointment. Now, we find in very many children and elders, when they feel that they are defeated, they are, fooled, etc., that disappointment expresses either as anger and in another way, anger plus adamancy. She was adamant that Rama must go to the forest. Why? One of the commentator writes, probably Kaikeyi thought, if Rama does not go to forest, and even if Bharata is made the Yuvaraja, there are two very important points. Point number one, he is only a Yuvaraja, not yet a king. He is a Yuvaraja. And he can be thrown away anytime. Second, the whole Nagaravasi, they have lots of love for Rama in particular. And the other three because they are Rama's brother, not because of what they are. So if Rama does not go to the forest, then what will happen? Rama can scheme a mutiny, a coup, isn't it? That possibility, look at the wicked mind of Kaikeyi. She thought if Rama is here, there will be a problem. So Rama must go out of the kingdom. And therefore 14. And why 14 years? In 14 years, the whole gamut of people will change. The elderly generations who have got the understanding will go away. The younger generations would not have seen the Yuvarajas properly, all the four of them in fact. And therefore, they will not have an affiliation, and over a period of time, the affiliation will go away, then Bharata can be permanently established. Look at the thought. Look at the intelligent brain filled with wicked thoughts. Adamancy is something which one takes up to establish their point. Yena kena prakarena, I don't care. I want Bharata to be crowned and I want Rama to get out of the kingdom for 14 years. Think. Our houses also, we have many people with lot of adamancy. They express it in different ways. Only the spouse will understand what is happening. Very many times the spouse also will not understand the inner currents which are going on. That is what Tulsi says. The swift current that is passing through is nothing but unstoppable adamance. Adamancy in Kaikeyi. ढाहत भूप रूप तरुमूला चली विपति बारिधि अनुकूला. And what happened to that current now? In the process, in the force, in that swift force with which it is running, it uprooting Dahata Bhupa Rupa, it uproots the king like the current uproots the tree. All his knowledge, his proficiency, his skill, his valor, talent, everything is gone. Uprooted. And the river, where is it heading to? The ocean of adversity. Look at that. Chali Bipati Baridhi Anukula. Naturally, wherever there is ego, there is anger, there is adamancy, and where will it lead to? Absolute disaster. Think. Buddhinashat pranashyati. Gita says. Where did it start from? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Buddhinashat pranashyati. This is exactly what is happening to Kaikeyi. Her buddhi nasha has taken place. Now she is swiftly running towards adversity which she is unaware of. She doesn't know what all is going to happen because of her unintelligent, irresponsible adamancy. Lakhi Naresa Bata Puri Sanchi. Lakhi Naresa. The king Naresha, Raja Dasharatha, now perceives it clearly. What? Bata Puri Sanchi. The demand of the queen has been true. It is no more kidding. It is not playful. She is serious about it. The king has perceived. Now what does he do? Tiyami sami chusi saparanachi. It was death itself which was dancing over his head. He felt as though now death is dancing over my head. I will very soon die. And what is that death? In the guise of Kaikeyi, his own wife. Yamadharma Raja has come. He is going to take me away. Very many times. We have heard of it several times in many of our surroundings also. A few people, they come to know of their death few minutes before probably. Or maybe some few hours or days. They come to realize the death. I am going to die. In such a hurry, many people do all those the court affidavit or will, property transfer, whatever. All those things they hurriedly do. Why? Some intuition in them tells them, very soon I am going to die. Dasharatha feels so. Now, Yamadharma has come in the form of my spouse itself. I am going to die very soon. Gahi pada vinaya kini baithare. What more can anybody do? How more humble can somebody come down to? He Gahi pada vinaya. He went and held her feet. Do we see anywhere a husband goes and touches her feet, his wife's feet? Dasharatha does that also. He begs her, please understand. Kini baitare, you please sit down, let us talk about it. Let me make you understand what it is. She would not. Jani dinakara kula hosi kuthari. And she, oh God, He prayed her, please don't cut off our relationship between me and Rama. Rama should not go. So much he pleaded her. She would not. Magu mata abahi dovutohi. He says, you ask for my head immediately. Right now I will cut and surrender it at your feet. But why Rama? Rama biraha jani marasi mohi. Don't kill me by sending Rama away. You ask for you want me to be killed. You ask for my head. Right now I will cut it and offer it at your feet. I will die out of that. But don't make me die for the sake of Rama. I can't live without Rama. She holds her feet. Rakhu Rama kahu jehi tehi bhati. Please, Rakhu, please stop Rama from going to the forest. Rama should not go. I will go. I will kill myself. Whatsoever means Rama should not go. Jehi tehi bhati. Whichever way. Nahi tajarihi janama bhari chati. And if only you send Rama, your bosom will burn for the rest of your life. Beware. Why? You will repent for it for the rest of the life, because the moment he goes, I will die. When I die, you will become a widow and you will repent for the rest of your life. Don't do so. Don't do so. Even for all of us, very many times, through someone, somewhere, somehow, very many times the intuition comes, don't do that, you will suffer, don't do this, you will have pain, all that comes to us. But that rajasic kama, oh God, it does not listen to anybody. We always are, even normally also, we listen to those things which are conducive to our thinking. We don't want to listen to others standing against us, against my desire. Therefore, anybody speaking anything against my desire, I will not want to listen. I will always pose that this is what is right. Think. Dekhi bhyadi asadya rupa asadha nrupa. When Nrupa, dekhi, he saw. What? Vyadi asadha. That particular thought will never enter into Kaikeyi's mind. She is adamant. She has closed her mind for any advice. Parivudharani dhunimatha. When he understood that she will no more listen, he fell down on the ground. He beat his hands with his head. All that he was suffering. Kahata paramarata bachana. And all crying loudly and loudly and loudly. Unstoppable was his crying, was his agony, his suffering, his pain. And Rama Rama Raghunatha, he went on saying Rama Rama Raghunatha, Rama Rama Rama. Continuously he started calling Rama's names. He almost stopped talking to her because he came to know that she will never listen to. Therefore he constantly cried Rama 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 Raghunatha. And he continuously started, beating himself. What all he could, he did. A drishya which nobody wants to see, even from their enemies. But look at the adamancy of Kaikeyi. In our life, whenever we are hurt, whenever our ego is hurt, if we are a little careful and not fall into the bracket of adamancy, probably we may come out of that phase and see things as they are. But what happens? Our ego comes like a spectacle of red spectacle in my eyes. And wherever I see only red. Similarly, an adamant person will only see, scheming, planning of people outside, but will not understand all the scheming and planning which that person did for the sake of achieving something. Think. Kaikeyi. It was she who was planning all these drama, is it not? Dasharatha had not planned anything. Dasharatha came with joy for that, the next day's event. He was so ecstatic. He came, he did not go to Kaushalya. He did not go to Sumitra. He came straight to Kaikeyi. Doesn't it show how much of love he has towards Kaikeyi? Think. But see what she's been doing. Her ego, her desire, her arrogance. Think. All of that has veiled her eye of intelligence, eye of discrimination. When buddhinashat, when the eye of intelligence is covered, when there is kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, shadvairinaha established in your bosom, then naturally intelligence will not work. Buddhinashat pranashyati. It is going to happen to her. But think of Dasharatha. Even though he had all rights, abilities, capacities, position, status, power, it is his love for Kaikeyi. It is his humility towards Kaikeyi. It is his soft corner to everybody whom he loves, and he loves everybody. He never thought of using his power, his status, his position. He wanted to persuade her. Why? He does not want to lose her also. Whereas she was ready to lose all of them. He did not want to lose. Therefore, he goes to the extent of holding her feet. Think. This is the effect of arrogance. This is the effect of ego. Beware. Be conscious. Be alert. Be vigilant of your own ego. Don't try to think of other person's ego. Think of your own ego. Think of your own arrogance. Think of your adamancy. And try to eliminate all of them. Then you will find the world is much more a beautiful place to live in rather than suffering. And here we see Rama, Rama, Raghunatha. King Dasharatha has fallen down. He is screaming, he is crying, he is calling Rama, Rama, Rama. Alas, she would never understand. We will end this series here and will continue in the next class on the 1st of December. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।